Hi there. How are you guys doing this morning? Do you know what today is? Today is Good Friday. Yay! Well, as you know, we are continuing our nuptial series. I got a good one for you today. Can't wait to get into it. So give me a few minutes and we'll get it started, okay? Audio Jungle. All right, nation, welcome back. Before we get into this hot topic, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Maybe the editor will put it right there. I don't know where you're going to put it. But anyway, hit the subscribe button and smash that bell notification and give me a like and give me a share. You got a lot to do. You got to subscribe. You got to like. You have to comment and you got to share. You got 4 things to do. That helps Boss Lady out, okay? And I know you want to help her out. Yes, okay. I'm so excited to share this topic with you guys. Let me drop my volume just a little bit. I'm very excited about this. This is video number 2. Make sure you check out video number 1. Where we're sort of laying the foundation for this thing called marriage. Now, this is going to be like the framework, understanding what this is all about. So we're going to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly of marriage because, believe it or not, there are some good, there's some bad, and there's some really bad called the ugly. We'll get into all of those, okay? But let's just lay the framework. Why don't we lay the framework first, okay? The framework. What was God's intent for putting people together in this way? Why did he put man and woman together? So when you take a person from this side of the world and this side of the world, they have 2 different ideologies, right? I always say, if she wants a blanket and he wants a quilt, then you got to figure out how to make a blankie. You got to figure out how to make a blankie, right? So God's intent for bringing man and woman together was the twine shall be wine. No, that's not right. The twine shall be one. And if they do it so well, it becomes like wine. Okay, no, forget all of that. So the 2 shall be one. And you really should be one. You become one flesh. Okay? Now that's a little bit intense, and I'll leave that for the Bible scholars to get into. And you guys comment and let me know what your thoughts are. And let's just create a discussion around this because I want to hear what your thoughts are too as well. Okay? Now, number 2, the second piece of framework that I want to lay is understand that marriage is not for selfish people. If you are a selfish person, you have no business being married. The only person you should be married to is you. That means you have no concern, no care, don't care about nobody in a relationship but yourself. Don't get into marriage. You're not cut out for it. You're not cut from the fabric that marriage requires. Okay? Because when you have 2 people that are constantly concerned about one another, who's left out? Nobody. Okay? So marriage is not for the selfish. Marriage is for the selfless. Okay? When they always think about the other person. And finally, marriage is a ministry. Your marriage should be a ministry. You should live with your spouse as a beacon, as a token of hope, so to speak, so that other people will want to embark upon this wonderful relationship. Now, I understand that this is not for everybody. So if this is not for everybody, just go find you another video to watch. Okay? But now if this is for you, pop a squat and let's talk. Your marriage should be a ministry. You know, when you take pictures, when you do stuff, when you go out, and that ministers to other people. Like I was telling you about this couple, the fragrance and the perfume that was inside of their marriage ministered to me. And it made me want to develop that type of fragrance and the warm and gushiness in my own relationship. So their marriage ministered to me. Okay? And I really believe that is God's intent. There's some other intentions, you know, that the earth may be fruitful and multiply and all of those types of things. But first and foremost, your marriage should be a ministry. It should be a beautiful bouquet, right, that ministers to other marriages. And that's kind of like what I like for my marriage to be, like a ministry. So that people will come to you and say, well, what has been the secret? How did you make this work? And so that gives them an opportunity to take a deep dive or a closer look at the relationship that you have been developing for the past 30 years. Okay? All right. So now let's talk about the good of marriage. Marriage is good, guys. You know, it's not that you can have lawful sex anytime you get ready. I'm not even talking about that. It's just the idea of having someone there, you know, a partner in life, someone that you can use as a, you know, a springboard. It's kind of difficult when you have like a non-communicator, you know, who doesn't talk a whole lot. Like my spouse, he doesn't talk a whole lot, but he will listen to me, right? So that makes the difference, that you have someone there, someone's present. Because my mom used to say when I was a girl growing up, one is a lonely number. Thanks, Mom. But yeah, one is a lonely number, and who wants to be alone? Now, there is a small population of people out there that really do enjoy their onesomeness, if that's such a word, and that's okay, right? I think there's a place in the world for everybody. All right. You know, marriage is good when people understand what their assignment is. What is your assignment when you enter into a covenant called marriage? Do you know that a covenant is a promise? You know, when you enter to the covenant of marriage and you understand, marriage can be a beautiful thing. In fact, marriage is a beautiful thing. You're taking two different people from two different walks of life, and you're taking their ideas and you're trying to make, you know, just one, right? You're trying to create a oneness within your relationship. It's a challenge, but it's also very, very beautiful when it's accomplished. Okay. So once, you know, I really feel like understanding what the covenant is, what your assignment is, what your role is, and what your responsibility is extremely crucial to a successful marriage. Now, I'm going to come in hard right here, and I want you to indulge me just a bit. Do not get married unless you understand what your role is. Okay. Say, for instance, you understand your role, but the person you're marrying does not. Well, the person that does not understand could potentially make the person that does understand make their life very miserable. And so you have this unbalance. You know, I understand, but you don't understand, right? I'm wondering, should we have gotten married? That's why premarital counseling is so very crucial, because you want to make sure that you guys are going to dance to the beat of the same drum, right? You know, you may not think exactly alike, but there should be some commonalities in your thoughts and in your goals and in your aspirations, okay? Now let's talk about the bad. The bad of marriage is just the opposite of the good. When people really don't have a good grasp on what the covenant of marriage really is. Okay, let me give you an example. In a marriage, you should have some consideration. You should have consideration for the person that you have promised your life to. I'm going to consider your feelings and consider your desires and things like that. What happens is people get married and they should have a selfless attitude, but they come into a marriage with a selfish attitude. Guys, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because whereas you were unanswerable to anybody but yourself, now you're answerable to somebody, and people have a problem with that. You can't ask me where I've been. Yes, I can. You're answerable to me. People have a problem with that. How much was your check? Don't ask me that. All of that kind of stuff. See, you don't understand. You are answerable to the person that you are in covenant with. Okay, so that's the reason why a lot of people just should stay single. Just stay single. If you are not ready for the responsibility that marriage requires, don't even do it. Because all you're going to do is make somebody's life miserable, and you don't want to do that. I just don't want that. And in the beginning, it was difficult because, we were young. We didn't really know what we were doing. But you know what? We had a common denominator called love. And that common denominator fueled our relationship and kept us in the game. Did we want to bail? I think I wanted to bail more than Ken did. I think I just wanted to bail. I'm done, But that was 31 years later, 31 years ago. So, and it happens. It wouldn't be a marriage if it did not happen. If you did not experience some turbulence or some, difficulties, it's not a marriage, because that's a part of the marriage, is learning how to, dance, learning how to have the same rhythm. Okay, that's a part of it. Now, what is the ugly? The ugly is when it gets really ugly. There is no peace in the relationship. I can't ask you a question without you biting my head off. You don't feel like you're answerable to me. I can't talk to you about anything. We just don't get along. I want to go to marriage counseling. You don't want to go. That's when it just gets really, really ugly. And everybody just needs to say, stop. Right? What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah. What in the HE double hockey sticks are we doing here? We're either going to bring joy to each other's lives, or we're going to make each other extremely miserable. And we need to stop and make a decision right now. I'm either in it to win it, or I'm not. I'm just not. And you have to be honest with yourself. Now, some people have gotten married and then they realize, oops, I think I made a mistake. I need to bow out gracefully. And that's okay. It's okay to be honest. And so that's the reason why understanding the framework, because marriage is a very serious thing. And you know what? Check this out. It's for life. Marriage is intended for life. That until death do us part. Yeah. In sickness and health. Yeah. Rich or poor. Yeah. In it for life. Yeah. So understanding the framework is going to be crucial to the success of your relationship, right? Because you just don't know what is going to happen down the line. So make certain that you understand the framework that is involved in getting married and committing your life to someone for the rest of your lives. Okay, so I honestly believe that would give us a wonderful foundation for video number 2. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. Understand that there is no perfect marriage at all. Even the couple that I used to look at and admire, I used to think their marriage was perfect. No, You guys may look at me and think my marriage is perfect. No, we've had some turbulent, situations, but by the grace of God, we made it through and we're still here today. And guess what? There going to be some turbulent situations ahead. But when you decide that you're in it to win it, all will be well. Okay, nation? I hope that that works for you, you people that are aspiring to be married, and you people who are already married. God bless you, and we love you.